Good morning. It's Monday, 15 July 2024. It's Vijay here with the pre market commentary for the day and probably for the week ahead. We have had a very exciting week last week when Reliance and IT led the charge of the Bull Brigade. Today also, there could be some action in those stock as well as the sector. But today's topic is PSU stocks. This time it is different. Now there is to be a question mark. This time it is different simply because you see there is no the most dangerous words in stock market is this time it is different, and I have experienced it many times to understand the true meaning of that set of words. So what has happened is, the flavor of the season since August of 2023, when Prime Minister Modi stood in the parliament and said, invest in PSU stocks. So if he was a fund manager and he had invested in PSU stocks, he would have been the best performing fund manager if you look at what happened since August. However, most of us, including me, did not really invest in any big time. I was very bullish in 2022 on PSU stocks because they were at very low valuations and the runway seemed long. However, since they did not perform for 8-9 months, people around me got frustrated and sold most of their shares. I kept my faith in a few PSU stocks and they have turned out to be reasonably well, have done reasonably well. Not as much as I would have expected if I'd kept everything, but then that is history and we don't cry over spilt milk. So as we go into the budget week, now ideas to invest, including in PSUs, are getting more and more difficult for a value investor. For a momentum investor, all he needs to do is to buy into railway stocks and defense stocks, and lo and behold, he gets a good reward either by the end of the day or by the end of the week. However, as a value investor, can we look at certain PSU stocks which may give us good rewards and which are having low downside? So yesterday in my weekly talk, I had thought about the energy sector, energy which will include oil and gas as well as power sector. I've noticed, and it's there for all to see, that stocks are there which is having PE less than 20. Some of them having PE less than 15. Now, for instance, Gas Authority of India Limited, BPCL, HPCL. Then you have in fertilizers, you have GSFC, GNFC. Then you in power, you have NTPC, Power Grid, which are all below, and Power Finance Corporation. They are having PE ratios of below 20, and they are in sector which the government is likely to put more emphasis on this budget, especially when the government has said that they are not looking at PSU disinvestment. One other option they could do is to capitalize them by making them sell their land, which is huge in even in small companies like this HMT or ITI. They have got huge land banks. BML, BHEL, all of them in Bangalore, for instance, have got huge land banks because I have been a native of that place and I know how large those land banks are. And also they are in prime property today. At one point of time, they were on the outskirts. Today, they are very much a part of the city. So this proposal could come in the budget is what I am speculating. There is no guarantee it will come, but the PSUs have to be strong on a standalone basis without selling the stake, without selling the government stake. One option could be to capitalize on their assets, which is land, which is easily disposable. Uh, so I am looking forward to these PSUs. I may invest in these. I may increase my investment in these. So please note, I am not a SEBI registered advisor. So when I talk of stocks, it doesn't mean that you should go and buy. There is always a risk because lots of stocks have already run up hugely, and you may get caught on the short end of the shift. And also, if the government doesn't do anything, then they may be the first to be attacked. So when you say PSU stocks this time is different, you will have to put a question mark. And then you have to just go through all the PSUs. There are any number of PSUs. And some of them, like defense or shipyards and railways, have gone to 80p, 70p, 90p, 100p, and all that. And then you have the other set of stocks which are trading at below 20. Now you have to decide what you are, whether you want to be in PSUs or not. Okay, so that is the main thrust of this commentary. Then coming to what's happening globally, we have had the US markets did very well on Friday, and today Nikkei is closed. Nikkei closed 1,000 points lower on Friday. Hang Seng is down by 200 points. You have had the Singapore and Kospi are flat. Gold and silver is flat. In fact, they had a fall on Friday, which I was expecting, but now they are okay. On Monday onwards, gold and silver begin to do well. On Fridays, they generally have a fall, which they did on the weekend when heavy short selling takes place by the investment bankers. So that is as far as the global asset markets are concerned. And look at what FIs have done on Friday. They bought 4,000 crores. Now we don't know what that 4,000 crores is, but I would like to think it is mostly in the IT sector. So therefore, IT sector should continue to do well because it is underinvested relatively with other sectors. So the old favorite Reliance may shed some gain because now the festivities are over. So there could be some drop off in Reliance, but still Reliance is a class act and it's strong by its own. So an event like a wedding may not affect, or the after wedding may not affect the trajectory, which is on a high. So you have IT, you have Reliance, then PSUs, then you could have a surprise factor in FMCG as well as in banks. See, everybody knows the banking index is struggling, but it looks like some of the banks like Axis Bank, Kotak Bank, they are doing well, and ICICI Bank. So there could be some life in them. I would like to look at them positively. Overall, as I mentioned yesterday, I would like to go into the budget week and later in a positive frame of mind. I know that there could be, and I've seen that there could be a sharp fall because of some rumors of the budget. And as I mentioned yesterday, that you see, rumor mongering it is not full because budgets are never leaked, excepting one in 1950, and we are now talking of 50 that. Finance Minister Mr. Mathai resigned at that point of time on allegations. Nothing was proved. So I don't think one should worry about this source-based information which comes on budget. And good stocks one can always accumulate based on their fundamentals rather than budget or no budget. So I would go in as an intraday trader also on a long mode with maybe a couple of shorts, as we generally do in our mentees group. So finally, at the end of the day, you have to decide what you want to buy, what you want to sell, how much, which sectors, which stocks. I have just given you my thinking. My thinking may not be always right, but I have given it a thought based on, and I put my money where my mouth is. And so these are the stocks and sectors I will be looking at. Textiles, of course, is my favorite. Paper is also there. So these are the few of my favorite sectors, and the stocks also I have mentioned as to what I will be looking at. You can do what is best for you. So thank you for joining me here. If you like this kind of analysis, kindly like, share, and subscribe. And whatever you do today, have a wonderful trading day. Thank you very much.